Nam Roshe Mato Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga Jaya, Nithai Gauranga Jaya, Nithai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Jaya, Nithai Gauranga Jaya, Nithai Gauranga Jaya, Nithai Gauranga Gaura Hare. Jai Satinanda, Jai Satinanda, Jai Satinanda Gaura Hare. Jaya Nithai Gauranga, Jaya Nithai Gauranga Jaya Nithai Gauranga Gaura Hare. Hare Hadaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Hadaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Nithai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jayam Vishnupada Punamahamsa Purivrajagacharya Ashtakara Jadasi Samarjala Avacharya Nadavina Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON Paratishtatacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jayam Vishnupada Punamahamsa Purivrajagacharya Ashtakara Jadasi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Ki Nitya Lila Pravishta Sakshat Vairagya Gokushadas Babaji Maharaj Ki Nitya Lila Pravishta Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai Shri Rup Shri Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Paradashana Sati Goswami Prabhu Ki Namacharya Saharash Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasti Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Radha Krishna Gop Govinda Shyam Kund Radha Kund Nigri Govardhan Ki Simna Videep Mayapur Dham Ki Braja Bhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Ganga Mai Ki Jamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Shri Tulasi Maharani Ki Yunam Sankirtan Ki Swami Vedi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shinita Gauda Siddhanata Brahmanandi. The gopis, when the moon would rise, they would almost leave their bodies out of separation from Krishna, whose face is like a rising moon. If you're in Mayapur on the Rosh Punim, the end of Kartik, if you stay all Kartik, the last day, Rosh Punima is very beautiful in Mayapur. So this mood was constantly in the mind of Sachinanda. It's Gopi Bhav. And Ek din Gopi Bhave Jagat Ishwar Vrindavan Gopi Gopi Boli Nirantar. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was one day in the mood of Gopi Bhav, in the mood of the gopis. He was constantly chanting Vrindavan and Gopi Gopi. So at that time, one student had come to visit Nimai Pandit, thinking him, or having heard he was a great Vaishnava. And he saw he was chanting Gopi, Gopi, Gopi. And that student, he thought this is unusual. He began to advise Sachinanda. And he said that what piety will you gain from chanting the name Gopi? The scriptures declare that if you chant the name of Krishna, you'll acquire so much piety. Sunvidham Sakata Krishna Punya. Sravana Kirtana and scriptures Punya, piety. And chant the name of Krishna. And then when the student mentioned the name of Krishna, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became angry, and he said that you mentioned the name of that rogue who he's controlled by women. Just have to remember here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's in the mood of the gopis. He's in the mood of the gopis. You just have to try to conceive of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Avatar. You just have to understand what is Chaitanya Avatar. Today we visited the place of Mahaprabhu's sannyas. And why we visited that place is because Gaudarma Jeshabashtan Gorilla Brahmana Range, that Gaudamar, oh my Lord, Gaur, Jeshabashtan, in all of the places, Korila Brahmana Range, he performed his Brahmana Range, his transcendental pleasure pastimes. Brahmana Range. Range means transcendental pleasure pastimes. So how is it that taking sannyas is a transcendental pleasure pastime? Because when he appears as Krishna, then he's the Braja Janaranjan. He's the darling of the residents of Vrindavan, of the gopis, of the cowherd maidens, of the mothers. of the cowherd boys of the cows. He's Gopi Jana Ranchan. And you can't imagine anyone else as such a darling of the Brajavasis. And when he appears as Ramchandra, then he's the ideal king. You can't imagine anyone else who could be as Krishna, he's the ideal approachable boy in the village. Nandanandan, Brajajana Ranjan, Gopi Jana Ballabh. And we can approach him in Vrindavan in any of these moods. And in Ram Leela, then he's the ideal king. We all just want to be in Ram Raj, what a king, everything will be perfect. He's so ideal, he's so dharmic, he's so selfless, everything. And when he appears in the Brahmin family, then he becomes the most robust debater of the Shastra. This is what the Brahmins do. In Navadip was the center of learning, where the Brahmins came from all over India. And they discussed Shastra. There was thousands of Brahmins on the banks of Mahaganga with their different dolls. And the students would come, and every day they would give lesson on Vyakaran, Alankar. And then the students would debate, the Brahmins would debate, and Shochinandan, he was the most victorious of all debaters, Dvijamani. The jewel, the Dvijamani, the jewel of the twice-born Brahmins of Navadip. And then when he wants to renounce and take sannyas and give up Brahminical dharma of teaching, give up ashram dharma as a householder, Sachimata, Loki Priya, Vishnu Priya. This is extremely traumatic event. He's performing Leela. It is the most amazing renunciation that he's in such. He's Dvijamani, he's the Navadip Chandra, the rising moon of Navadip, surrounded by his loving devotees, by Sachimata, who loves him, you can just imagine, by Vishnu Priya, who at night would sit for hours and massage the Lord's lotus feet while he rested, and she would take bath in Mahaganga 3 times a day, and she would cook, and she wouldn't serve directly, Prabhu. Sachimata would serve, and Vishnu Priya would look from behind the door in the other room. Is Prabhu enjoying? And Mahaprabhu would never have to mention anything. Oh, you are very good. You're very good cook. You're very beautiful. He'd never have to say anything, and she just dutifully served. Right? I mean, can you imagine a wife like that? Who would be a brahmachari? Who could be a brahmachari if there were such candidates available? Right? It's only the reality of the world that keeps them in brahmachari life. But just imagine Mahaprabhu Sachina, his household life, and Sachimata. And so this is an amazing thing. And today we visited that place where this event took place. This is just, it's Mahaprabhu's associates will hear that they couldn't accept this. Cutting the hair, accepting the tridanda, the danda, they couldn't accept this. And this whole event happened at the place we visited today. So would you be interested to hear about this? Interested to hear about this? Shuno, ordered by Prabhu Sannyas. Jai kota shunile hoy sharva bandanash. Shuno, ordered by brothers. Listen to Prabhu Sannyas, to the sannyas pastimes of Sachinandan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jai kota shunile hoy. Those who hear this discussion, sarva bandha nash. All of their bondage is destroyed. All of their bondage to this world is destroyed. So this student was asking Sachinandan, well, why are you chanting the name of Gopi? Why not chant the name of Krishna? And Sachinandan picked up the stick and he's chasing that. And the student had to run for his life. And the devotees, they had to hold Sachinandan, they had to hold him back, Vishambara. Several devotees had to hold him down he's long, he's tall, he could easily outrun that. The student was running, Devotees had to hold Mahaprabhu back. That student came into the association of other students in Navadip, and he's panting, and they said, "Hey, brother, ki hache? What's going on? Ki kabor?" And he says, "Oh, brothers, today I cannot. It is amazing that I stand here before you. I came this close to death." What? Yes. He said that I'm so lucky to be alive. They all say that Nimai Pandit is a great saint. I went there with best intentions. And he was chanting, sitting there, chanting Gopi Gopi. Day and night. Day and night. Niranta, Gopi Gopi, Brindavan, Bole, Niranto, day and night without cessation. When I asked him, in a very reasonable manner, "Oh Pandit, why are you chanting the name Gopi? Why are you not chanting the name of Krishna? The scriptures recommend chant the name of Krishna." When I said that, brothers, you cannot imagine how angry he became. And the words that he used to blaspheme Lord Krishna, I cannot repeat before you. But he said that, yeah, I said that before, that he's controlled by women, and he cut off the other woman's nose. I said that, yes. And he pushed Bali down into the heavenly planets. Who would want to associate with such a person? Mahaprabhu said that. And then the other Brahmins of Navadip, they're saying that how can he be, if people say he's a Vaishnava, why he doesn't chant the name of Krishna? Show me where is that Vaishnava who doesn't chant the name of Krishna? They were in this way, they were evaluating, making their vichar analysis. And the duty of a Vaishnava is to follow the Brahmins. So if he becomes angry with the intent of wanting to beat a Brahmin, we can conclude that he is envious of Brahmins. And, we're also, he may be the son of a Jagannath Mishra. Our fathers are also not respectable Brahmins in Navadip. And now we were students together, and now he's acting like the big king, the big lord, telling everybody what to do and administering punishment according to his own judgment. So they said that if he dares to do such a thing again, we will take sticks and punish him. We'll take sticks and punish him. So one day, all the devotees were sitting together, and suddenly Vishwambara, he said that the medicine called Pipalakanda, which is meant to reduce bile, Ayurvedic medicine, the medicine called Pipalakanda, which is meant to reduce bile, is having the opposite effect. Pipalakanda reduce bile, having the opposite effect. And the devotees are again wondering, what's Vishwambara saying? What is the... And they couldn't understand the implication of what he said. But Nityananda Gosai, he understood, the Lord is about to leave us and take sannyas. Then one time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he saw Nityananda Prabhu in a solitary place. This is Vaishnava relationships. You have to know when to behave in the appropriate way. When to behave in the appropriate way. Just like here we are in a group of a large assembly of Vaishnavas. Advanced Vaishnavas, Madhyam Bhaktas, Uttam Bhaktas, Kanishta Bhaktas, all new devotees, experienced devotees. And I couldn't speak in a way which would be, let's say to Nitai Madhav Prabhu, share with him some things that are going on in my mind in regard to my service in high-level the echelon ISKCON leadership, where I'm involved and discussing things with him in confidence. So the right time, and then you'll find occasions when you're with a devotee, and it's just you together, you and one devotee. And you may, at that time, you may start feeling uncomfortable. Oh, am I supposed to say something? Am I supposed to serve the devotee? Or get sadhu sangha, get the best of that? And you're getting, your mind is spinning, and you go to start the car and you put it's in reverse and bang. And you just don't know how to take advantage of the opportunity. But actually that's, and even sometimes in a situation like that, people will say, "Oh, Prabhu, can I ask a question?" It's like, why you need to, it's just you and me here. It's just you and me here. Why are you so insensitive to the circumstances? But if you're sensitive and you just move right into it, you don't need to say, "Can I?" You just say something, you reveal something in depth in Krishna consciousness. That's the time to do it. Something that you want to share, a jewel, some realization. Not that, they just replaced the elevator, it's much quicker now. Everything in Krishna's service, right? Yeah. And you just kind of, you don't know how to act. So that's the time to share something really that share something, a treasure, because by sharing it, actually we have to share. Shunu shunu nityananda, shunu haridas shavatra amanaga kodaho prakash. One has to actually reveal one's appreciation of Krishna and glorify Krishna. The acharyas are so much in this mood, they're glorifying Krishna. And that purifies us. So any genuine glorification, that's the time to share it with the devotee. And you can have such surcharged sangha. And that devotee will remember you, and you'll meet, and you'll immediately be able to connect on a deep platform. Just because you moved into that way of functioning with the person. You just design the relationship. You set the relationship that you set up relationships that you want. You make a relationship how you want. If you want a deep relationship, you just enter into it, make it deep, and the other person may not even be that mature, but you can take them to a level of maturity just by your personal affection and support, and that's what real advancement means. Learn how to relate in such a way that you can just relax. Without an ego, it's just two souls. No ego. And you can relax. You can put down all of your barriers and all of the, all of your. So Prabhu bole, Shino Nityananda Mahashai Tomare Kahiye Nijje Hridoy Nishchoy. This is Chaitanya Bhagavat, by the way, if you're looking for it. It's in chapter 9, it's in chapter 20. Madhyakanda 26. This is Madhyakanda 26, but anyway, it's not every verse. So you just have to listen. Shuno Nityananda Mahashai. Shuno Nityananda Mahashai. Just hear the way Mahaprabhu is addressing. Shuno Nityananda Mahashai. Tomare Kahiye Nije Hridoy Nishchoy. Nija Hridoy Nishchoy. Can I share with you something Nija Hridoy, which is deep from my heart? Nija Hridoy, my own heart, can I share with you? What a way to relate, And relationships, having relationships like that with devotees would make you feel so, you just want to associate with them like anything. Because they make you feel like a spiritual being, May I confidentially reveal my heart to you. This is chapter 26, Chaitanya Bhagavat, text 128. May I confidentially reveal my heart to you. I came down to deliver the living entities, and now they are planning to beat me. I came down to deliver the living entities, and now they're planning to beat me. And that will be so detrimental for them. So Pipalakanda, the Ayurvedic medicine which is meant to reduce the bile, is having the opposite effect. And me coming here and displaying Gopi Bhav, relishing, is not having, you know, I'm here and I'm relishing Radha Bhav and Shankirtan, Golok Prem Dhan, Harinam Shankirtan, I'm relishing. And Guru Kripa, I got the mantra from my Guru, the 10-syllable Krishna Gopal mantra, which I'm chanting. Gopi, that's the Klim Gayatri, Gopi Gayatri mantra. So Gopi name is there. So he received this mantra in Diksha. He's chanting, and they're going to beat me with sticks. And so all of a sudden, he's realizing I have to, you know, doing this is having the opposite effect. They're meant to be delivered, and now they're going to go to hell because they're chasing me with sticks. So, what does he decide to do? Sachinandan. What does he decide to do? A major change in strategy. He's going to give up householder life and become a sannyasi. Tobe more deki shei doribe choron e mote udaribo shoko bubon. Because they'll come and see me as a sannyasi and fall at my feet. Doribe choron, they will hold my feet. Doribe choron, because I'm a sannyasi. E mote, in this way, by this method, e mote. Udaribo shakal bhuvan, I will all the worlds deliver by accepting sannyas. This is why Mahaprabhu went to Katwa, to deliver the whole world. Because as a sannyasi, they will respect me. Shanyashira Shavalok Kore Namaskar, Shanyashire Keha Ana Kore Prahar. Everyone pays respects to a sannyasi. So in this way, just by accepting sannyas, I will induce them, I will facilitate them becoming purified just by me being a sannyasi. Nityananda bole, Prabhu, tumi ichamoy. Tumi ichamoy. Ichamoy means that your desire is fully manifest. Ichamoy, like Shakti-moy, Kripa-moy. So Ichamoy, that your desire is whatever you desire, boom, happens. Huh? That's Bhagavan. Whatever you desire happens. Whoa, now that is pretty cool, huh? Yeah? That's why we worship him, because he has that. Nityananda bole, Prabhu, tumi Ishamoy, Je tomar icha Prabhu, Shei Nishchoy. Whatever you desire, that happens without doubt. Prasad. Wow, devotee is so ecstatic over prasadam, huh? Amazing. Say Anamrita Pa Radha Krishna Gunagao. Radha Krishna Gunagao. You sing the glories of Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prasadam, huh? After this, you'll be prasadam? Whoa. What a program, huh? Kirtan, and then Shravan in the Holy Dham. Why are we here in the Holy Dham? Because actually in the Holy Dham, there's no impediments. It's not like Mumbai. It's like we're there, tiny little, and it's like this huge city and they're all like demons. They're just like that. They're completely forgotten Krishna. They're like animals tearing up into them. Every day, my sense gratification. And he's surrounded by millions of them. And there we are, a few devotees there in the temple. But here, we're so, like all of these things, like there's so many things we're going to hear about Leela. I mean, today we went to that place. Why we went to that place? Because the whole place is so charged with the Aprakruta Shakti, the transcendental energy, because the Lord performed a major event. He took sannyas, he shaved his head. So that whole place has become impressed with a major his spiritual Leela, which was demonstrated to this planet. And that's where it happened. And here in Mayapur, so many exhort, Mahaprabhu appeared here, Jogpit. Prabhupada, we have our Saraswati Thakur Mahaprabhu extensively remained here. Just like any place we go to Gaya, Mahaprabhu went there, he went to Kashi, he went to Prayag, we go to all those places, but he just visited. But here in Navadip, Mahaprabhu, he stayed here without interruption 24 years. And it's childhood Leela. Adikanda Kota Jai Amrit Shravan, Jai Shishurupe Krida Kore Narayan, Amrit Shravan. It's so nectarian. When we hear Shishurupe in the form of a child, the Lord of Vaikuntha performs pastimes, Adikanda. All in this Navadip Dham. We'll hear some of those pastimes. But today, sannyas, we're on sannyas. So all of these things happened here. So the whole... So therefore, in this place, Gorbandal Bhumi, Jeva Jani Chintamani, whatever you want, you can have your desires fulfilled. Whatever you desire can be fulfilled here. If it's the same as what Krishna desires, then there are no impediments. And just desire Chintamani, and they become fulfilled. So if you perform sadhana, bhakti sadhana, Sravan, it's very easy. You can just absorb your mind in the holy Dham. Because the atmosphere is so surcharged with spiritual Kripamoy Shakti, Audarja Kripa Shakti, and Mahaprabhu Leela Shakti, Mahaprabhu Bapu Shakti. This is the whole area, because Mahaprabhu extensively remained here and performed extraordinary Leela. Just by coming to this place, just by seeing Navadip, you get purified. Just by remembering Navadip, it's as good as visiting all the other holy places. What is bigger, glorifying Navadip? I mean, you had orientation on Navadip. Sitaram Prabhu is glorifying Navadip, yeah. In fact, I have I'll share with you something which is Nijat Ridoy. I have a desire to simply remain in how about this? This is simply remain in Navadip, Mayapur, and simply from my lips only utter the glorification of Navadip Dham. And live like that. That's a desire I have. Meditate on that. Because there'll be no end to your glorification. Because there's no limit to the glorification of Navadip Dham. You can glorify the tattva, the Dham tattva, and then you could glorify the pastimes that happen in the Dham, and just completely say that and nothing else. And whatever comes by the mercy of the Lord will come of its own accord, and we'll simply broadcast His glories. So, when Lord Nityananda heard this, he said, I'll take sannyas. He first of all, he thought about Sachimata, and he asked, how's Sachimata going to exist? You're all she has. Sachimata, she had Vishwarupa, elder brother, took sannyas. Jagannath Mishra left his body. You're all she has. He just thought about Sachimata. Nityananda Prabhu just thought about Sachimata. And he just went to a private place. Lord Nityananda went to a private place and just shed tears, thinking that Mahaprabhu would take sannyas. And then gradually the devotees, a few of the devotees, not all, some of the devotees heard that Mahaprabhu is going to leave us and take sannyasa. Shri Shikar Antadhan Shuniya Mukundo Padailo Birahe Shob Guchilo Anando. So when Mukunda heard that Shika Antadan, Mahaprabhu's hair would be shaved, Shika Antadan, then Guchilo Anando, all happiness went away. Guchilo Anando, all happiness went away. And Padilo, he fell down in separation. He fell into lamentation. He fell into lamentation. He fell down in separation. He fell into lamentation. When Mahaprabhu saw Gadadhar Pandit, oh Gadadhar, Sachinandan said, you listen to me now. I will leave you. I will leave home and I will go out and search for Krishna. I will shave off my Sika and I will give up my Brahman thread. And I will wander wherever I please. Shri Shikar Antadhan Shuni Gadadhar Vajrapata Jeno Hoilo Shirer Upar. When he heard this, Gadadhar Pandit, that Sachinandan would shave his hair and his Sika and give up his Brahman thread, it felt like his head was struck with a thunderbolt. Shide, Vajrapatra. And then Gadadhar Pandit starts challenging Sachinandan that you're saying that a Grihastha can, who is a Vaishnava, cannot attain Krishna, and that one can only attain Krishna by giving up the sacred thread and the Sika. And then the other arguments, well, what about your widowed mother? Who you think is going to protect her? You are her life and soul. Everybody likes a householder. He's completely mad. Whatever is coming into his mind. Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani. Whatever is coming into his mind. What about your mother? Everybody likes a householder. You think that just by giving up your hair in a Brahman thread you get Sika? You get Krishna? Is that the conclusion? Whatever, like a mad woman. Gadadhar Pandit. Lifelong brahmachari. And then he says, still, if you want to please your hair, if you want to shave your head, then you do whatever pleases you. Isn't that an amazing person that says that to God? Right? Has such a relationship. Anyway, I've said what I want, and you do what you want to do. Don't talk to me about it anymore. I mean, what a relationship you have with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you can act like that. You understand how he's acting there? I mean, that's like teenage friends. All right, I've said what I want, or intimate, very intimate friend, husband and wife. I've told you what I thought, that you do whatever you want to do, and you don't say anything else to me about it afterwards. Is it not? Okay. I've said what I think, and you do whatever you want to do, and you don't come and talk to me about this anymore. So what a relationship, how intimate. You can say that. When others heard that, they all just cried. Mahaprabhu's hair would shave, and they cried. How would we make flower garlands to decorate his beautiful hair? Imagine Mahaprabhu's hair. Can you imagine? Huge. He's 7 foot tall. His arms are stretching down here. You saw God Hari tonight. Yes. I'm sorry. Apologies for dragging you away from the Damodar Astika. Anyway, it's like such a darshan. Such a darshan in my opinion. Kartik in the evening, and there's such a darshan, and Naragopal singing. Mahaprabhu's hair, long, black, and in the kirtan is a lion-like chest as he's waving backwards and forth in the kirtan, his hair. And the devotees are thinking he's going to shave his hair. Shei, Kesher, Dibbo, Gonda, Na, Loibe Ar. Shei, Kesher, Dibbo, Gonda. That hair's transcendental fragrance. Shei, Kesher, Dibbo, Gonda, Na, Loibe Ar. I will not again get that transcendental fragrance, that Dibbo, Gonda, transcendental fragrance of his hair. I will never get again. Etabale, Shire, Kor, Hanaye, Apar. Someone has slapped his head saying this. Slapped his head. I'll never smell again the divine fragrance. And again, how will I'll never get it to wash his hair with amlaki. The devotees will wash Sachinandan's hair. Wow. Imagine that, washing Mahaprabhu's hair. Oh. Whoa. Just that desire, that when you chant japa. If you don't take anything else from Maya Yatra, just take it when you chant japa, just meditate on becoming Mahaprabhu's a permanent kept servant who washes his hair. Hari Hari Boli Kehu Kande Uchai Shware Dubilena Bhaktagon Dukher Shagore. Dukher Shagore, an ocean of pain and misery. Dukher Shagor. Dubileno Bhaktagon. They're drowning in an ocean of sorrow. And there, Vrindavan Das Thakur, he ends the chapter. He ends the chapter, just like that. He ends the chapter. I mean, that is so full of rasa. He ends the chapter there. That's it. End of the chapter. On that mellow. So it's already like we're already struck. We've already been hit with this news that Satyananda is going to take sannyas, and the way he spoke to Gadadhar Pandit, I will shave my head, I will give up my Brahman thread, and I will wander here and there in search of Krishna. He's already made the decision. And it's like we heard, now the next chapter is not really on the same topic, it's just, but it's like everything is like, we're just listening to it, we're hearing it through this film that Mahaprabhu is going to take sannyas. And then the next chapter again, it dives into it. So Mahaprabhu, this is now in chapter 28 of Madhikanda. He says to Nityananda Prabhu, you tell this only to 5 people. That on the upcoming Makar Sankranti, middle of January, Makar Sankranti, I will leave home and take sannyas. There is a village called Katwa. And at that place lives a pure soul, Keshav Bharati. I will certainly take sannyas from him at that place, which we visited. So Mahaprabhu was already aware of what the place we visited today. It must be the ashram, because Mahaprabhu said he's residing there, and I will take sannyas at that place, and his samadhi is there. So naturally, he was residing there. That's the ashram of Keshav Bharati Maharaj, and he was a very wonderful sannyasi, although not a Vaishnava at the time. But still a very pure sannyasi. Mahaprabhu says here, a pure soul. So you can tell these people, my mother, Gadadhar, Brahmananda, Robert Bharati, Chandrasekhar Acharya, and Mukunda. That day, Shachinandan all day, the day before accepting sannyas, all day he performed Sankirtan with his devotees. And in the evening, he went to the Ganga. He went to banks of Ma Ganga in the evening. Actually, you can, on occasion, of course, we beg you, Bhaktagon, that you must merge yourself fully into the holy waters of Ma Ganga. Ma Ganga ki? Upon coming all this way to Navadip Dham, here Ma Ganga is especially merciful. Even every day if you can go. This is Kartik month, take bath. You may see me there every day. Last couple of days was a little cold, but from tomorrow, Ma Ganga Snan. Mahaprabhu, he would spend 2 hours every day. He's still there present. Godu deshe dui ama duri shamashrai jonani janabi dui doyamoy. In Puri, Mahaprabhu is saying it. In Godu Desh, I have 2 shelters, Ma Ganga and my mother. Both are very merciful. So Mahaprabhu went to Ma Ganga in the evening and sat by her banks and chanted for some time. And so many devotees were coming and visiting Mahaprabhu, and they were bringing chandan and flower garlands, and he was sitting there in his home beautifully decorated with mala and chandan. And so many devotees came that Lord Brahma himself wasn't even able to count the number of devotees who were coming to see Sachinandan and falling down and paying obeisances, and they simply gazed at his beautiful face. I mean, by this time, Mahaprabhu on many occasions, he's revealed his Aishadja. He's at this stage, this is where we worship the deity. Sachinanda and Gaudhari and Nityananda Swarup, they're in this mood. They're the princes of Navadip. And the devotees know that they're Krishna and Balaram appearance. This is at the end of Madhya Lila. And so many extraordinary Leelas have been performed. Not everybody knows, but, And they're doing Sankirtan with it, and then Mahaprabhu is going to take sannyas. And Sridhar came with a lao, I think you call it Loki in Hindi. Loki. That had grown on his roof. And Mahaprabhu's thinking, wow, I can't take sannyas just now. Yeah. He said, no, not that he had lob for the Loki, but it's a gift from my bhakta I have to accept. How can I not accept his offerings? So he gets Sachimata to cook it up immediately, and another devotee brings milk. He held her hands. It's not that, in Vaishnava association, touch is forbidden. It's not forbidden. Here, Mahaprabhu is holding the hands of his mother. Holding the hands. And other leelas you'll see there's also sensual, like when Vishwarup, he holds the lotus feet, he holds the feet of the Brahmin. Mahaprabhu embraces devotees. You should learn the science of touching devotees. It's a science. Yeah. It's not that we don't touch devotees. We need to know how to do it at the right time, the right way. Many times Mahaprabhu embraces devotees. Just a couple of nights ago, we had our opening ceremony of Mayapur Institute. So many delegates came, Anutam Prabhu and His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj and Bhakti Chari Swami Maharaj came. So I'm a fortunate soul that If I see Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj and I get close enough to him, he'll embrace me. It's a fortune that somehow or other I have. So he came, and then as he was coming, I was standing up, and it was like he was sitting, and he kind of saw me, but it was like, oh, wasn't gonna an embrace, because he was like over there, and he sat, and then he's there for half an hour. He spoke, and then I was thinking, Maharaj is going to finish speaking. He's going to get up and he's going to leave, and I may not see him again for months. And I thought, but now I have a chance. I could embrace him and touch and get him to get the touch of his body. I just have to get close to him. And then as he was getting up and leaving, I was doing the MC anyway, and I said, thank Maharaj, and so I had the mic, and I went to him, and I just stood there, and I just said, and he saw me, and I said, I've come to embrace you. And I said, because I don't know when I'll get an opportunity to do this. I didn't say I've come to embrace you, but I just, Maharaj. So you have to do that. You know, that's very purifying. I mean, there's a couple of occasions when Prabhupada embraced his disciples. There's a couple of occasions. Just like I was in, there's no rules. It's just, we can talk about anything, right? Siddharam Prabhu said that whatever you talk about is going to inspire people. It doesn't matter the topic. I was in Vrindavan just last week in Gargamuni Prabhu. I got a whole video of Gargamuni Prabhu talking about his visit to Bangladesh. He was the first Westerner to go to Bangladesh in 1971. It's a whole story. I'll tell you bits and pieces of it when it's appropriate. But he said that, because it was Pakistan. Actually, originally somebody challenged Prabhupada. Oh, you have in Mumbai, your people in Delhi. Why not Pakistan? Your people are in Pakistan. Someone in India, you know, obnoxious person, big false ego. Oh, you in Pakistan? And Prabhupada said, we will send men to Pakistan. And then immediately he sent. And at that time it was West Pakistan and East Pakistan were the same country. And Gagamuni and another devotee he just made him a devotee. He just made him a devotee. And he just finished his college. And he only had 4 months left of a 4-year degree in medical science or something. And he had 4 months left. He became a sannyasi, pushed to Krishna Maharaj. He had 4 months left, and Gagamuni said, no, stay and finish. And he said, no, I want to give my life to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement. And he said, I have $3,000. You take it. And Gagamuni, and so he said, okay, so he used that to buy the tickets to go to Pakistan. You know, this is a talk of people. This is sort of what it meant to be a devotee in those days. You just give your life. Prabhupada wants someone to go to Pakistan. Let's go. Give all your money. Give your life. Yes, let's go. And he's a new devotee. Gagamuni, he convinced that 4 months that person had been a devotee. And he gave all of his money, and he gave his life. And went to Dhaka. You believe these people? There's many other things I'll share with you when I get the chance. One thing he said, when they finally got the flight out, there was one flight a day from Dhaka to Islamabad. He said on the flight, people had goats and chickens. He said it took 22 hours because they couldn't fly across India, because they were Pakistan. So they had to fly from Dhaka down to Colombo, and then all the way up Arabian Sea into Pakistan. It took 25 hours. And he said they got goats and chickens flying around. So there was news in the paper, or there was some rumor that 2 Americans had been murdered in Pakistan. 2 American Hare Krishnas had been murdered in Pakistan. This kind of rumor had come out. And Prabhupada was extremely concerned. And he was in Mumbai, Juhu. And he'd heard this thing that, you know, because there was a war starting in Bangladesh, and they were strategically killing the Hindus, the Pakistani army. At night, their killer squads were going through the neighborhoods, and they were sifting out any cultured or professional or educated Hindus and killing them and their families. Because their plan was that if we lose the country, then we'll at least destroy their culture of Hinduism. And that's what they were doing. And then eventually India got involved and defeated the Pakistani army that was doing this. And you know, they had the Pakistani army were fully equipped by the Americans. American jeeps, American revolvers, American artillery, American submachine guns. And they're huge, these Pathan guys, they're like huge 6 foot, 7 foot tall men. And the little Bangladeshi villages with their bamboo sticks. And they had resistance army. The freedom fighters. And fighting against them. And then India came. So anyway, they were doing this. They were killing the Hindus. And they heard this, that 2 American Hare Krishna missionaries had been murdered. And Prabhupada was in Juhu and he'd heard this. And there was nothing like internet or email or WhatsApp. It's all, you know, you'd get a letter. You get a letter and Prabhupada would write letters. And so then they flew, they got this flight, they went to Islamabad. He said this, that they were driving to the airport in a taxi. He said they could hardly get a taxi. They got one, they were driving to the airport. They were doing really nice preaching and then the people stopped coming because there was curfew on the road. The army wouldn't let people walk, so no one came to programs anymore. So they just left. And they were going to the airport in a jeep. And a big Pakistani military truck, you know, US military truck full of soldiers. And in the back with a big automatic machine gun, you know, heavy, with a big, you know, fitted onto the back of the jeep. You know, you've seen those things, you know, drives up beside he comes screaming up behind him, pulls along beside the taxi and then turns the gun onto the taxi. That's it, you know, this is it. At that moment, that's it. You're thinking, what do you think you're going to be thinking? I hope it's about Krishna. Because that's the last moment of your life there. He's thinking, this is it. They're going to kill us. I mean, you know, and he said they did that, and then they just drove past. He said, when we got back, he said the flight, we went to Islamabad, then we got a flight to Mumbai. He said, we got off the plane, we came straight to Prabhupada, we came straight to Juhu. He said, we went straight up into Prabhupada's room. Gagamuni and Pushta Krishna Maharaj. And he said that when I walked into the rooms, in Prabhupada's rooms in Juhu, this must have been early 70s. When I walked into the room, Prabhupada immediately stopped everything. He stopped talking. He said, everybody out. And he said, I'm not sure if he said everybody out. Maybe he didn't say that, but you might have. But anyway, he said, Prabhupada stopped. He immediately got up. He came from his seat. He got up. He came around. He said, quickly. He said, he grabbed me. And he said immediately he was feeling my whole body like this. He was feeling me. He said, like a father to a son. Oh, my son. Can you imagine what sort of a relationship Gagamuni Prabhu had with Prabhupada? Prabhupada would do that. I mean, Prabhupada, you know, he was very sober with his body. There's the story of Mukunda Maharaj in his book, Miracle in 22nd Avenue, and he didn't know these things. So they were in New York. They were young people, he'd just been initiated. And Mukunda Maharaj, the first initiation, now we have disciples course, you know, some places you have to have Bhakti Shastri before you're initiated. You've got to be devotee you've got to be almost Paramahamsa, Avadut, liberated, Mahabhagavat before you can get initiation. With 10 years spotless record from 5 ISKCON authorities, you know, signed off. So he's there and he's getting initiation. Prabhupada gives him the beads and Prabhupada says, put your head at the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. And Mukunda, he looks at the picture, looks at Prabhupada and says, who's Lord Chaitanya? So he did, and they were young. And then he went off to San Francisco And he opened up the Second Avenue, the shop front there at the tide, Haight Ashbury, the tide, the flower generation, and so many young people coming. And he said that, so then they'd started, Hare Krishna in the park and everything. It was big. The hair, the movie, Hare Krishna became part of the flower movement in Haight Ashbury, 1968, the Summer of Love, and the Hare Krishna, we were all part of it, Hare Krishna, and hair. And then Prabhupada comes, they have everything, so there are already hundreds of devotees, and Prabhupada hasn't even been there, just because of the energy of those preachers. And Prabhupada comes, and then Mukunda Maharaj says, I saw Prabhupada when I embraced him. I embraced him. I embraced him. He said Prabhupada was just standing there like ice. Amazing, huh? He said he didn't even in the slightest way reciprocate. He said he stood there just like, amazing, huh? And then here with Gargamuni and Prabhupada's like this, and he's touching him, and he's holding his face, and he's smelling him and everything. So there's some interesting things there about touch, amongst exalted Vaishnavas. Touch, something that is experienced. So Mahaprabhu is holding her hands while he's speaking to her. And he's saying, she's sitting in the doorway. She knows that he's going to leave. And that night she didn't sleep. She's just sitting in the doorway. A doorway at the cottage, there's only one door. It's not like your big apartments where you have, this exit, that exit, this door upstairs. And there's one door. There's the different corners of the rooms, the house. They all live together, little cottage. They sleep in one corner, Nimai in another corner, the kitchen in one corner. There's one doorway. She's sitting in the doorway. There's no other way in and out. She's sitting in the doorway. And Mahaprabhu comes, he's holding her hands. Whatever I've learnt as a result of the care that you gave in maintaining me so I could study, and all of my learning, everything that I've achieved, is all as a result of the kindness you've showed to me. And then he says, Vyabaha paramartik, jotek tomar, shokal amate lage shop more bhar. That your material, he says, Vyabaharik ebon paramartik, means your material requirements and your spiritual requirements. Vyabaharik ebon paramartik. Jotek toma, as much as you require. Shoko amate lage. All of that I will personally bear. More bhar, that's the weight. That is the, I take the responsibility. More bhar, I will take the responsibility. Bhar, I will take the responsibility. Again, bouquet. Hat diya, Prabhu bole bar bar, bouquet, hat diye, Prabhu bole bar bar. He's placing his hand on her chest. Bouquet, hate diye, Prabhu bole bar bar. And again and again he's saying, Tomar shakal, bar amar, amar. Your responsibility, it is mine, it is mine. So it's amazing that at the appropriate, how Mahaprabhu acts in that situation. I mean, there's many different ways you could respond. You could say, well, Mother, dear, I have to do this for all of humanity, and it's going to be a little rough for you, but you have to tolerate that because it'll be a great service for humanity, and I hope you're okay with that. He didn't say that. It's very empathic. It's very empathic. He's just caring about all of your needs. I will take full responsibility. He's just giving her emotional support. It's an amazing thing to see. It's very sensitive, affectionate dealing. And Sachimata, she didn't reply. She didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. Mahaprabhu then took the dust of Sachimata's lotus feet on his head, and after circumambulating her, he circumambulated her and then he left. Choleno Vaikuntha Nayak Grihe Hoite Shanash Korea Sharva Jeeb Udaraite. Sharva Jeeb Udaraite. Udharaite. To deliver all living beings. The Vaikuntha Nayak, the hero of Vaikuntha. Cholilen, he left. Grihe Hoite, he left home for the deliverance of all living beings. So usually in the morning, devotees would take their baths and then go and take darshan of Dvijamba, Gaudhari. By this time, there's the end of the Madhya-kanda, so much transcendental leela. They would just go in the morning and take his darshan, just like the residents of Dwarka going and seeing Dwarkanath every morning. You know, he's Dvijamani, he's Navadip Chanda, the jewel, the rising moon of Navadip, the crest jewel, Dvijamani, the crest jewel of the Brahmins. And everyone is in love with him. Every morning they're just going first thing after taking bath, taking darshan. So they arrive and they see only depression surrounding the house of Sachinandan. And they see Sachimata just sitting there in a completely deplored state in front of the house. And then they understood, he's gone. He's gone. Kande Shab Bhaktagan Bhumite Poriya Shannash Korite Prabhu Gelen Cholila. They're crying, they're falling on the ground and they're calling out Sannyas Korite Prabhu Gelen Cholila. He's taken sannyas and left us. It was like they'd been struck by a thunderbolt. Some of them rolled on the ground and some of them beat their chests, crying. All the senior devotees, Mahaprabhu's intimate associates, they weren't, only these 5 people. Others, they didn't know. He's gone before they even heard about it. Actually, in ISKCON, you're on the list. It's publicized every year. They put your name. You know, if there's any concerns, you got 3 years left to still shoot this guy down. 2 years, anyone? Speak now, or he's going to get it. And everyone knows it. It's like someone takes sannyas and finally, yeah. Here, they all of these devotees. Mukunda, Murari, Sridhar, Gadadhar, Gangadas, Srivas and his family, Srivas Thakur. You didn't know, Srivas Thakur. Nityananda Prabhu, Mukunda knew. And Gadadhar, this is a different Gadadhar. Haridas Thakur didn't know. Chandrasekhar, oh, they all cried. They all just crying. Even the general people in Nadia were all running, having heard this news that Dvijamani has left, stricken with grief, and they're all crying and holding their heads. The general people, and even the offenders and the atheists who would criticize and minimize and vilify. They became aggrieved hearing, and they lamented that we could never recognize him. Actually, later, after taking sannyas, Mahaprabhu, in his first attempt to go to Vrindavan, he travels past Navadip, the other side, actually, of Ganga. That would be, I'm not sure what side Katwa is on, probably I think on the same side, but Mahaprabhu traveled on the other side, and all of the Smartas and the Kali Upashaks and all of the Brahmins who were non-devotees, they all came across the river, went to him in Vidyanagar, and they were revered. They were relieved of their offences at that place. So there, the atheists and the materialists and the Kali Upashakas, they heard, and they're lamenting, he's gone, he's taken sannyas. They cried and rolled on the ground, thinking we'll never see his moon-like face again. So that's the prelude. So tomorrow, in the morning, let's carry on. We've gone to the place. It's such a powerful place, that Katwa today where we visited. That's not the sort of place you can visit so often. It's a rare opportunity. Today we all got that opportunity. And you nearly missed the darshan. And you were going to go to another place and then go to the samadhi, the Chul Samadhi. And actually we intervened and we said, if we don't go now, we're not going to. And then, everyone agreed. And we all went and we all got a darshan. So it was very special. We all could see the samadhi and we could see the beautiful deity of Sachinanda there. So tomorrow, I believe we're going to go to Srivas Angan. It's just a 10-minute, or even we can come here, but Srivas Angan will be nice outside, And we can carry on with the same pastime. We're just beginning now. We'll hear Mahaprabhu just left home, and then we'll hear that he'll travel by boat. It took him the day, and he left at night. In the morning he left, and he travelled that day by boat, and he reached Katwa in the evening by boat. And to that ashram today, where it was right beside Ganga. Maybe you didn't realize I took bath in Ganga there. At least one of us took bath in Ganga. But Ganga is right there, and Mahaprabhu, he shaved, and then he went and took bath, and then came back wearing the sannyas cloth. You saw that picture in the samadhi of the two sannyasis? At least you saw that? Yeah. So that Leela, we'll hear in more detail tomorrow. How does that sound? Dashoshmi. Hare